Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to those of you who are able to join me and those who may be watching this on the replay. I don't intend to be on very long. It's just a quick prophetic word or insight that's emerged and that I've received and that I felt the urgency to share with those who would see fit to tune in and to listen. You may be watching it live, or you may watch it on replay. I promise you it's not going to take me very long. But yesterday, while I was out doing my run, because I go out and run and exercise every morning, during my run, um, saw this word and it just came up through me and exploded within my psyche and within my spirit, my conscious awareness. And the word was pivot. Pivot. It's such an odd word, but a very important and powerful word. And so I felt the urgency to share it with you in a little more detail than the short daily video that I put out every morning. Today is Transformation Tuesday, and so it is fitting that this particular term and this word is released at this moment. The word pivot means to make a significant change in direction, in strategy, or an approach, typically in response to new information, challenges, or new opportunities. The term is often used in business, sports, and everyday life to describe a shift that allows for greater adaptability and success. In the personal context, pivoting might involve changing a career path or adjusting your goals or adopting a new perspective when circumstances change or when a different approach seems to be more promising. The key aspect of pivoting is flexibility and the willingness to adapt in order to achieve better and greater outcomes. Okay, that's a working definition of the word pivot. And here's the word of the Lord. Here's what's emerged in my spirit, that this is a period, a time, a space, if you will, for you to begin to pivot, to make a subtle, progressive, or drastic change in your mode of operation, in your direction. You're not changing your vision or changing your goal, but you may be changing the path that you're taking in order to reach your goal. You're not changing your purpose, but you may be changing your method that you go about fulfilling your purpose. You're not changing um, those things that are permanent or should be permanent in your life, but you may be changing and adapting and shifting your approach to those particular things and how you practice those particular things. And what I hear so very clearly and very strongly is that now is a time for you to pivot, to be flexible enough to adapt to a different movement, different environment, a different opportunity, and a different direction. That it's time for you to open your spirit, open your soul, your conscious mind to the infinite possibilities that lie before you, to be willing to relinquish and to renounce and let go of disempowering beliefs and to leave behind things that no longer serve you. And I need to emphasize, it does not mean that those things, people, places, or things were bad. It simply means that their time has passed, and now it's time for you to take the next progressive step forward and to relinquish and renounce and leave those things behind, to leave them right where they are, because you are stepping into a season, a period of your life where you are being and becoming something more, something bigger, that there's an anticipation and an expectation arising within your soul consciousness, pushing up against your awareness that you can feel bubbling up inside of you, saying that you're about to expand, you're about to grow. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm talking to you specifically today, that you are in this space right now where you can feel expansion inside of you, pushing out upon the outer parameters and the borders of your life. And it's time for you to consider and to contemplate a quick or progressive pivot to a different direction, pivot to a different method, pivot to a different outlook and a different mindset. That you have to be willing now in this period to create space for what is trying to emerge in your life. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Let me repeat what I just said, that you have to right now, if you want to enjoy this transformational period that you have stepped into, you've got to be willing to create space for what's emerging in your life right now. That means cleaning out the closet, cleaning out the clutter, cleaning out those things that are just taking up space and yet they are not useful in where you are or for where you are going. You can't be an emotional or spiritual hoarder where you're just stacking up stuff just in case you happen to need it along the way. It's time to release it and let it go. Like the Israelites were told to do in the wilderness, where they were provided enough manna for the day. Eat what was available for them in that eternal moment of now, and then at the end of the day, it would rot and turn to worms because God would provide fresh manna for the next day. I'm telling you that God is removing the old manna, causing it to dissipate, the old manna, the old methods, the old ways, the old connections, the old relationships, the old mode of operation, and providing you with fresh manna, a fresh direction, a fresh mode of operation, a new method, a new path of being and becoming for the moment that you are in right now. The word is pivot. It's time to pivot, to turn, to adjust, to create this space for what is emerging inside of you. This is the word of the Lord. Amen.